Promotional consideration for the Jeopardy Masters Challenge has been brought to you tonight by Unilever Products, makers of Glorix, where this week they are introducing Glorix 24-Hour, the strongest toilet cleaner of all the Netherlands and Mobius. When your toilet is in need of a deeper cleaning, Glorix 24-Hour is the choice of product to use. With a thicker gel and powerful cleaners, it will stay clean and hygienic for the next 24 hours, even when not in use. Glorix 24-Hour, the best at toilet reinigen from alle Nederland and Mobius. The Jeopardy Masters Challenge is looking for challengers worthy of their mind and knowledge to knock out the Masters for an opportunity to go all 5 days for a shot at the maximum jackpot of 50 million rings. If you wish to become a contestant on the upcoming show, drop a line for Chris Rijkes Calhoun and he will get in touch with you. Serious acquisition is needed. Now let's get back into the thick of things with round 3 of the Jeopardy Masters Challenge and your host, Miles Tails Prower. Off you go, little man! Now, my friends, things are going to get drastic here, as in a moment or two, one of these players might end up earning oodles of rings with a third round in which we like to call Ultra Jeopardy. Ultra Jeopardy will only contain 4 categories, but higher the risk. Clues are worth from 4,000 to 20,000 rings. We're still playing for double the amounts, just to let you know. But 2 things to consider with the new round. There are no daily doubles, but only betting war traps. For this round, there are 2 traps to be set, so the wagering can be powerful, but outright dangerous, so be wary of that. Also, we implemented a theme to surround the 4 categories you're going to face. And for this round, our theme for the first playing of Ultra Jeopardy is wrestling. Now, here are your 4 clues to tackle. Moolah the Screwer. Longest reigning world champions. Persona non grata. And out of kayfabe. And now, time to set the trap in place. Alrighty, traps are set. Sonic, you're going first since you're third at the moment. Go ahead and pick your poison as we begin Ultra Jeopardy.
Longest reigning world champions for 20,000.
Taking a major risk here. April 3rd, 1908 to April 1st, 1913. Reign 5 years. Opponent to win, Georg Hackenschmidt. Company, none. Sonic.
Who is Frank Gotch?
You have overtaken the lead, Sonic. What do you say now?
I'm chasing Shadow right now. 20 again now on Persona non grata, please.
You're only chasing him off by 4,000 now, Sonic. Answer on Persona non grata. 2 things that made this superstar becoming Persona non grata very quick. His 2011 pipe bomb over creative direction, but also saying about a misdiagnosis to his near-fatal staph infection that got him sued. Sonic.
Who is CM Punk?
That's now a 40,000 ring gain onto your score, Sonic. Keep it up.
Out of kayfabe for 20.
So far, so good. Exploiting this wrestler on live TV of his alcoholism was not a good idea. Even in one episode of WCW Monday Nitro, he upchucked on live television. Look on the bright side, he's doing better thanks to Diamond Dallas Page. Derek.
Who's Scott Hall?
You got Sonic hanging by a thread, Derek. Keep it up.
Let's try Moolah. 20,000.
If you think that's bad, her aunt Vivian witnessed Moolah abusing drugs and enticing young up-and-comer wrestlers. Note the quote. Maybe for the late and ferocious wrestler where her big break was in the 1990s. Best not to be photographed by a sleazy scumbag from Arizona. Shadow?
Who is Vachon?
Which one?
Who's Luna Vachon?
Right. No more 20,000 rings on each category.
Champs 4,000.
May 17, 1963 to January 18, 1971. Reign 7 years, 8 months, 1 day. Opponent to win, Buddy Rogers. Company, Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Shadow.
Who's Bruno Sammartino?
Yep.
8,000 champions.
2000 to 2007. Reign 7 years. Opponent to win, Hector Garza. Company, International Wrestling Council. Derek?
Who's cybernetical?
Yep.
Champions 12,000.
June 18, 2004 to current, allegedly. Reign 11 years. Opponent to win, El Canek. Company, Universal Wrestling Association. Note, title can still be defended in various promotions. Sonic?
Who's Dr. Wagner Jr.?
Of course.
Let's finish that up, please.
Final clue for 16,000. June 6, 1930 to June 27, 1935. Reign 5 years. Opponent to win, Dick Schott. Company, New York State Athletic Commission in recognition with the National Wrestling Alliance. The original Golden Brick, Jim Londos. Sonic, go again.
Persona non grata for 4.
B-Mark Persona non grata was not in this legendary wrestler's favor, as he was out in WCW months before Starrcade 1998 to be with his son's wrestling meet. Didn't last long though. He managed to become president in a match with the sleazeback Eric Bischoff of the NWO after the pay-per-view. Derek?
Who's Ric Flair?
Yeah.
Let me try Persona non grata 8,000.
China shot on this former Intercontinental Champion of 1999, saying that he colluded with Vince Russo to delay his title defense and get his money plus stocks after his contract expired 1 day before his defense against her in a good housekeeping match at No Mercy. Sonic.
Who's X-Pac?
No, sir. Sorry. Shadow.
Who's Double J Jeff Jarrett?
Very true, Shadow. Pick again.
12,000 persona non grata.
To this day, the wrestler was marked persona non grata after the vicious murder of his wife and son and his own death in 2007 and has never been heard or talked about again. Sonic.
Who's Chris Benoit?
Correct. You're back on track.
I better hope not to spring the trap. Finish off Persona non grata, please.
You're safe. Some still suggested this wrestler had nicks and knacks with Randy Savage's wife, Miss Elizabeth, when they were talking about his black eye from WrestleMania 9 of 1993. Randy cut big burns post-wrestling tenure against him, calling him a coward. Shadow.
Who's Hogan?
Hulk Hogan, yes.
Out of kayfabe, 4,000.
2 categories left with 2 betting wars in place. Instead of a schmoz, Bret Hart got screwed over at the WWF Survivor Series 1997 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, North America, because he didn't want to drop the belt to him due to his demeanor. Reason was due to Bret leaving the company for the rival company, and feared the same fate when Medusa dropped her women's title belt in the garbage on live TV. Derek?
Who's Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
Kayfabe 8,000.
Trust me, never tick off this wrestler for saying if wrestling is fake. John Stossel of 2020 in 1984 got a vicious whack in the face twice, which led to huge media coverage and the wrestler's suspension. Sonic?
Who's David Schultz?
Yep, whacked Stossel out of his own contention. Sonic, keep going.
Oh boy, trying to avoid that betting war. Ugh. Kayfabe for 12?
Safe. Vince Russo didn't give this legendary wrestler no favors, as he was viciously shot at in a promo where he invoked the horrific death of Owen Hart from the Over the Edge pay-per-view in 1999 on NWA's Total Non-Stop Action Wrestling. Shadow.
Who's Piper?
Yes, Roddy Piper. You're tied with Sonic for the lead, Shadow.
Moolah the Screwer, 4,000.
On November 25th, 1985, Moolah, by orders of Vince McMahon, dressed up as this generic masked wrestler to gain back her WWF Women's title against Wendy Richter after Richter demanded more money due to her rising popularity during the Rock and Wrestling Connection era in the 80s. Derek.
What's the spider?
Correct.
8,000 same category.
To be frank, Moolah was notorious around the latter 50s when this female black wrestler was used in a racially negative storyline about her escaping the life of picking cotton. Consequently, not only she didn't get much money, reports say Moolah's husband fathered illegitimate children to her. Sonic.
Who's Sweet Georgia Brown?
You're now in the lead, Sonic. Continue.
16, Moolah.
She persuaded this former pupil of Moolah to not going to gay bars and trying to get into dating men. Homophobia be damned. That will be Sandy Parker. Well, guys, the sound means the betting war traps are still in place, and because of that, for the remaining clues, we're placing wagers until one of you people must answer, but have the opportunity to heighten your scores. That said, Sonic, which of the categories do you want to try out?
Out of kayfabe.
All right. Nowhere to go but up or down for out of kayfabe. Derek, you may start the bidding since you're third in the moment.
This is gonna be a major risk here. I'll go ahead and bet 137,000 rings, if you please.
Oh boy, that's a nasty bet. Sonic, what do you say?
148,000.
Shadow.
Ugh, pass.
Shadow passes. Derek, you have no choice. All of it, or let Sonic take a swig at it.
It's all yours, Sonic. Go ahead.
Very well then. Sonic, dire situation, but it can pay off for you. It's either 16,000 or 312,000 rings and the lead, based on the knowledge of this clue in Out of Kayfabe. For an extra $100, Dr. Death stiffed this wrestler that Herb Abrams, founder of the UWF, no relation to Jim Crockett Promotions version, thought that this wrestler was sleeping with his wife.
Who's Steve Ray?
Correct! Well, right now you have 312,000 rings into your bank, and we got one more track to spring for Moolah the Screwer. And Derek, you get to start the wager since you are in third again. What say you?
Oh, what the hell. Everything on the table.
Shadow.
Pass. Let him ruin his life.
Oh boy. Sonic.
Pass.
Alrighty. Last clue for Ultra Jeopardy and Moolah the Screwer, and it's for Derek. But Derek, I must warn you, you're betting it all on the last clue. If you by any chance get it incorrect, not only you'll go down to no rings, however, you will not be qualified for the final as we're about to reach to the end peak. You will have to have at least one ring to participate. However, if you get this right, you will be close to first place over Sonic the Hedgehog, but you will be behind by only 32,000 rings. You get it right, you go up to 280,000 rings. On Moolah the Screwer, here's the clue. WrestleMania 4 should have been the big payoff for these tag team groups, but Moolah's politics for a team to drop the titles in Japan angered Booker Pat Patterson in the 1980s, prompting the WWF to drop the women's tag team belts.
Who are the Jumping Bomb Angels and the Glamour Girls?
That's it! Wow. A good way to end Ultra Jeopardy on a high note. And now, before we introduce to the final category for tonight, let's check the scores right now. Shadow's in third at 156,000 rings. Derek is in second at 280,000 rings. And Sonic the Hedgehog so far is in the lead at 312,000 rings with a golden emerald in hand. Speaking of the golden emerald, Sonic, since you have acquired that gem, we're up to 10,000 rings. You have the option to keep it as safe money or use it in the final, even though you're in the lead at this point. What do you think?
No need for the gem at this point, so I will go ahead and keep it.
Fine by me. Now, as I said in the beginning, whoever wins today's competition is champion and returns the next time out to try to stretch the championship up to 5 days to have a seat in the 3-day finale for 50 million rings. And also, the champ gets to choose whatever or not the second place contestant returns. And of course, third place has to set out for a week and gets a strike, but may come back to try again. And with that said, let's take a look for tonight's Final Jeopardy category. Archipelagos. And while the contestants make their wagers, the announcer will give some few words for us. Announcer? If you'd like to see the Jeopardy Masters Challenge in person, send us your postcard with a stamped address envelope to Tickets, the Jeopardy Masters Challenge, Mobitros American Headquarters, 7 Faith Street, 1st Avenue, Suite 100, Station Square, New York, United States of America, 10021-7776. The Jeopardy Masters Challenge is produced by Fate Productions Limited in association with Horror Horror Television Distributions in conjunction with YouTube Partners 2. Final Jeopardy will be coming up right after this.